Okay, today is March 20th, 2025, and it is a beautiful day. Spring is finally here, and the pears are blooming. Here is my Korean giant. Look at that, guys. All the beautiful flowers are starting to bloom. There's still a lot more that's coming out, but right now, look at these. They're gorgeous. Beautiful flowers. Got my hummingbird feed right there. Hopefully they will come. And here is, actually, you know what? I forgot to show you the grafts that I've done. Look at this here. These are grafts that I did. And again, I did all this in December and January. So if you're wondering what's the best time to graft apple and pears, it is December, January, all the way up to March. Most people will tell you to graft when the trees begin to wake up, but I've done it for many years, probably 8 years now, for apples and pears only though. Apples and pears, remember that. You can graft them from December all the way up until when they wake up. So here is my other graft. Look at that, guys. This is wind damage. We had crazy wind the past week. See, here's my graft, and that took on. And this graft right here, that's looking good also. So yeah, the pears are doing great. The Korean giant next here is a multi-grafted tree, and I think I did one graft on here. That one didn't take, but I didn't need any more anyway, so that's let me show you what they are. So Korean giant, the big branch, see, I chopped it off at the top right there. It was getting too tall, so I cut it. Same with the Hosui in the back. Actually, I cut pretty much everything at the top. Chopped it all back because it was getting too tall. And here is the 20th century, finally starting to wake up. Still have a lot of the whole branch is still sleeping. Hosui already has fruit up there. Hosui is a really fast, or they wake up earlier than many of the other varieties, so they're always the first to fruit. And then we have Shinseiki. There it is right there, waking up. See the bees? The bees are flying around. So again, right now, I don't spray anymore because the bees are coming to visit. So if you have done some spray, you should stop as soon as the buds begin to form. So this tree is looking good. My air layer tree right here. And all the air laying I did from that. So if those take, I will have a few more trees to add this year. This is the Shinko right here. Look at that, guys. Well, it's Shinko, but it has a bunch of other varieties on it, so you're gonna see all different types of flowers blooming. For example, this is a Korean giant right here, and then here we have Shinseiki right there, and next to it Chojuro. And here, I think it is Hosui, somewhere around here. What is this here? This is Korean giant. And that large branch right there is Hosui. And there's some new ones that I added right here. See, I added this one. Look at this. This one's still probably a younger branch, so it hasn't fruited. So that's Orient. And this is the Hosui right there. See, its leaves are forming. And here's another one I just added. That's looking good. Man, the tag flew off somewhere, so I have to find it. So yeah, that one's looking great. Lots of flowers. I think last year we had more flowers, so we'll see in a few weeks because the tree are slowly, the different branches are slowly waking up. And my giant Fuyu is finally waking up. I might have to trim this tree aggressively this year because last year it had infection and it kind of like destroy the whole tree. And it started to grow back, but you see the rootstocks started to grow its own rootstock shoots. So I'm waiting to graft those. Actually, I started the graft, but I don't know if it's gonna work because I did it too early. Persimmons, they're a little bit picky, so you really have to graft it when the trees begin to kind of like, see, pop out leaves right here. Now is the best time when you see those leaves growing. You cannot, or from what I've tried, I could not get it to take when the trees are dormant. So it has to wake up. Apples, very, very easy. You can graft them when they're sleeping, just like pears. So you don't have to wait until, you know, when they wake up. See those grafts that I'm doing right here? They're all done earlier this last year. Okay, next here we have my other Shinko. And as you can see, there's lots and lots of flowers on there. And I also have grafts that I've done onto this tree. See these two tags here, Korean giant, Chojuro. Here's another one here, Shinseiki. And there's a few grafts over there as well, but all of my trees are pretty much multi-grafted. And this tree is looking good. I chopped it up in the middle. Look at that. I really gave it a good topping right there. You see, chopped it right there and right there too, so it's opened the center up really nicely. And I might cut those trees off, those branches off also, just to keep it lower. So yeah, this tree is looking great. I got some figs going this year. I got a few varieties that I'm growing. And these are my overwinter trees. Man, the winter almost killed this one, even when I had it in the garage. This is my lime tree, and the bark was, see this? It was damaged. Even when I have it in the garage, it was so cold, but somehow it made it back. And so it's looking good. I'm grafting on some varieties onto there just to see how it's gonna work. This is my giant Fuyu. I'm gonna leave these guys in the pot. Gave it a good topping here. This is a Giombo topping right there. Got some figs here also. Okay, I'm gonna show you my orange tree here. This is the Arctic Frost, and I have some grafts that I'm trying this year to see if it's gonna take. But I've been working with this tree for the past few years, pruning it, cutting it back, make sure it look nice. So we'll see how that turns out with the grafts. This is my kumquat tree. These kumquats are awesome. I got fruits earlier this year, and so I cut everything back. I pruned it and everything, and hopefully it's gonna produce soon, so I can get more little oranges. These things are awesome. These are the what is it? The Meiwa. These are the Meiwa Kumquats. Okay, I forgot to show the pear tree here. This is from the air layering of the original tree over there, and I just grafted onto here, and that took, look at that, new leaves, looking great. And here is my persimmon. This is the Jiro Fuyu, and I cleared it up, cleaned it up, pruned it really well, and then got some grafts going right here. And here is the other giant Fuyu. You see there's some grafts that I'm trying as well, and I cleaned it up really nicely. And this is the Imoto Persimmon. It's starting to wake up, guys. Look at that. And then last one, this is the Izu Persimmon, and that is my pear that I grew from seed, and then I trained and grafts and all that stuff. Added these this year. Look at that. It looks great. And these are from wind damage that we had last week. Okay, today is March 26, 2025, and it only has been 6 days, and the flowers are pretty much done. The leaves are now coming out. Everything is going to be green going forward. So it's a very short period where you enjoy the beautiful flowers, and now they have turned into little pears. So these here, as you can see, the swell up little fruits, those are the ones that have been successfully pollinated. So they will be fruits and will continue to grow. There's these right here. These probably did not pollinate, and so they're gonna remain like this, and then they're gonna drop off. So Asian pear tend to overproduce, and then they would thin themselves out. And sometimes when they don't thin enough, and then you get too many fruits on a branch, and those will cause the fruits to be a little smaller. So I would prune it a little bit more, just pick up all of the bad ones, and then let the ones that are good quality remain. So this is a Korean giant, and it is a very big tree, so it will continue to grow. So if you're looking for a smaller variety, Korean giant may not be the one, because it does grow very, very large. So next year I'm going to trim it back, cut it down so it could be shorter. So next here is the multi-grafted variety. And last year, this tree produced a lot. And so this year, it's going to produce less. And that's just typical of the trees that I have. And you can see the flowers are very few, except the Korean giant. This is the Korean giant right here. And last year, it produced only 2 fruits. And so this year, it has more flowers. And so I'm probably only going to get more fruits from that one, and then less of the rest, like the Chojuro right here, very few. Shinseiki right here, probably, not probably, but for sure, very few. Hosui over there in the back, also very few. 20th century produced like crazy last year, so this year it's going to be a lot less. So the energy will be saved until the year after. That's when I'll get the more production back. Okay, so here is the Shinko with many, many different grafts. And this tree also produced quite a bit last year. I mean, I got hundreds of fruits off of this tree. So this year, it is a little less, but I mean, there's still many fruits on the tree. It's just going to be less than last year. And so that is typical for this tree that I have. And so Hosui right here produced a lot last year, and right now there is not even a single flower on that branch. So no fruits from this one this year that I can see. There's another branch back there, which is the Shinseiki, and that produced quite a bit last year too. And so right now, I think I saw like 4 or 5 flowers, and that's it. Okay, persimmons and apples are finally starting to wake up. So I'm getting flowers for the apples and little mini fruits for the persimmon right there. And then I have a pear that I grafted onto my apple, which is this one right here. So let me show you closer. Okay, so here is the apple. And then from here, that's a pear, you see? And see, this is a pear fruit right here. And that's a Hosui, so it has fruit. Last year, it dropped all of the fruits. So this branch has been here for, it's going to be its 3rd year. And the first 2 years, it dropped everything. So I don't know if it's going to drop or keep, not sure. But you're not supposed to graft pear onto apple. But it worked. And those bags are the ones that I just added. These are new varieties that I ordered. So that graft is looking good. There's new leaves coming out. There's a few in the back that also look promising. And here's some apple flowers. Let me show you. Right here, apple flowers. It's coming out. And here is the last Shinko. And also the same thing. This tree produced a lot last year. So now the production is going to be reduced. And so you still see a good amount. So I'm still very happy about that. And so let's see here. This one here is still pretty late. It's kind of in a shade, so it's coming out later than the rest. But I think that's either, what is it, a Chojuro? Yeah, that's a Chojuro. And this branch here is a Korean giant. And then those flowers over there, those are Shinko. Okay, so here is the larger persimmon tree finally woken up. And so here's some new shoots coming out. this here is the another persimmon, and it's starting to wake up. You see, the buds are forming. So by the end of the month, there should be, I mean the end of April, there should be lots and lots of leaves and little baby fruits coming out. I've added some new persimmon. So that, look at that, this is a Tananashi. It was a really tall tree, so I gave it a heading cut, and so it is now nice and short for the pots. Got some figs here. It's waking up. Desert King. These baby persimmons that I got later. This is a chocolate one. So here, guys, if you have not seen persimmons, they do produce male and female flowers. So to tell if it's a female flower and a male flower is pretty easy. The male flowers are always in clusters. Actually, not always, but most of the time you're gonna see them. You say 1, 2, 3. Those are, you know, that's the male flower. The female flower are usually by itself, and it has a fruit underneath it. You can look inside the fruit and you will see it. But once it gets larger, I will show you. And here is a black Madeira. This is the avocado I'm messing around with. This is the Ichi Persimmon, still asleep. This is the Imoto Persimmon, just woke up. And this is the Izu Persimmon, and it just woke up right here. And then my pear tree that I grew from seed and I grafted a bunch of stuff on. Look at that. Look how small this tree is. It's in a 7-gallon container. I think it's 7. And look at this, flowers, fruit, and more flowers right there, and flowers right here. So yes, you can grow pear in a pot and it will produce just fine. So that is it for now. We will come back in a next update and I will show you fruits and everything else. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.